I got the pink drink because today I feel gay as fuck.
Alright, what's up guys, what's up internet, Nate here, we're gonna be I'm back with Brandon, we're gonna be doing the, original Star Wars trilogy now.
Yeah, the bad ones. No, wait, that's the sequel trilogy. I can't tell anymore because the prequels sucked, the sequel trilogy sucked.
And then we've got whatever else we have.
Yeah, and then the rest of it sucked.
Yeah. So, yeah, we did that. And yeah, then we're going to be doing Rise of Skywalker very soon. I am currently editing the solo video. Something went wrong while editing. The entire editing software crashed. Good thing I saved. Like, I have everything put together. I'm missing one little detail at the beginning.
The intro?
Yeah, the intro, explaining what the hell happened. So if you want an explanation as to why we're behind and why it's been like a big month gap between the prequels and all of this.
Yeah, I was like, I wonder what's taking so long for the other one to come out. Huh.
I'm lazy.
Because I'm like, every day I look at my YouTube, I'm like, any day there's a video with me and it's gonna come out. Any day now.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the whole Zombieland and Terminator videos. I couldn't do them. I tried, I couldn't. I'm sorry about that,
You
guys.
did the Terminator and Zombieland without me?
Well, just non-spoiler videos. I'm gonna do spoilers. Like, we'll redo them.
Oh yeah, because you can't do non-spoilers with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to mention... Shit's gonna come... It's like, I'm trying so hard not to spoil fucking Rise of Skywalker, because I watched the Mauer video on it.
Yeah,
And
shush.
Yeah, it's like...
So yeah.
God, does that movie look god-awful.
We'll find out on Sunday. So yeah, anyways. So, spoilers ahead, because I keep forgetting to say that. Spoilers ahead, and...
Spoilers for this movie that's been out for like, what, 20 years now?
Yeah, and also possible swearing and... slightly,
Possible? Motherfucker, you've never met me.
and, of course, possible insulting jokes. So, all of this ahead of...
Hitler did nothing wrong.
Yeah, alright. Starting with A New Hope. So, we just finished watching A New Hope, and... well, I really enjoy it, honestly.
The lightsaber battles fucking sucked.
It's like... okay.
It's literally just bam, 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 and Darth Vader does the same move. Get off my lawn.
It's like, looking between this one and the prequel trilogy.
Oh, it's like, I don't like, especially in the second one, the Attack of the Clones. I can't say the second one. In Attack of the Clones, it was over-stylized to, like, bullshit levels.
Yeah.
But the Anakin and Obi-Wan fight is one of the most hands-down best choreographed sword fights ever.
Wait, the one between Anakin and Obi-Wan, or?
Yeah.
That's,
Third
Revenge
one.
of the Sith. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we were still talking about Attack of the Clones, because you said
Yeah, I was talking
Attack of the
about the
Clones
sword fights.
first. Oh, okay.
Because again, like, there's like two extremes to like all of this. Yeah, Attack of the Clones, it was like over-stylized. Right, to a point where like it wasn't sword fighting; they were just dancing with swords.
Yeah, and then we had Christopher Lee, who's just like, woo, 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 woo.
Christopher Lee and what's his face?
Anakin, yeah. Hayden Christensen.
Going wee.
But yeah, here with Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, and Carrie Fisher, those three have great chemistry on screen. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's great.
Yeah. And the other thing is like, now imagine a sequel trilogy where they all die and they're not even close to their characters.
That's the thing.
Yeah, doesn't that sound like a good idea?
Yeah, it's just so...
Can you tell I fucking hate the sequel trilogy?
We'll get there. But yeah, let's focus on New Hope real quick. The effects for the time, especially now, still look pretty damn good.
Oh,
The CGI from the special edition.
This is the special edition. Oh, dude,
It's...
got like... PS1, the PlayStation 1 had better graphics than this shit.
Yeah, it's
And
kind
I
of
think
sad.
could barely render faces right.
Yeah, it's kind of sad to say that. I do appreciate the whole thing of showing more of Tatooine. I like that, but...
Can you... Well, I would prefer, like, I'm very much a less is more kind of guy.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to crappy effects. If you know, like, I think one of the things like Jurassic Park has hands down one of the best CGI. And I'm talking about the first one here.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the
Yeah.
sequels aren't that bad.
Well,
Well, after 4. Before 4, at least. Like, the first 3 were good.
yeah, because again, they still use a lot of practical, and what they couldn't use practical, they use CGI. And CGI, hands down, is CGI. Because the thing is, a lot of people don't understand is practical is always better than CGI because there's always weight to practical.
Yeah, like, yes, it
Practical,
costs more, but...
Yeah, it costs more, but still, at the end of the day, it's still better effect. And not just that, when you get practical, because CGI excels at enhancing a practical effect.
Yeah, and that's...
If you don't believe it, watch Jurassic Park.
Yeah, like, but Jurassic Park is a great example of this, but, like, CGI done right. I still don't quite get what the hell Lucas was thinking, just like, oh yeah, we're gonna just...
CGI everything.
Yeah, and then we got,
Fun fact, did you know Boba Fett was in the first movie?
Yeah, okay, that was actually a deleted scene, but, like, the whole Boba Fett scene. Okay, so we're talking about the Jabba scene, where we see Jabba for the first time in this movie, where he's all CGI. There's a quick shot of Boba Fett just like,
I'm here for my cameo! Where's my paycheck?
yeah, like, it's
He's
basically...
looking for his paycheck.
Then, like, there's just so much in this movie that's just so great, but then because of the special edition, it's not as great.
Oh, it's like the giant vegetarian Komodo dragons. I have
Yeah.
to say vegetarian because they have square teeth. It was something I was going to mention but decided not to. But you see one of them yawn or some shit, it's like square teeth. I was like, why?
But yeah, like, the story in this movie is just perfect. I find Al Guinness, I think that's who he was, the one who was playing Obi-Wan, I find he did a good job. We both didn't really care when he died, which was kind of sad to say, but, we didn't.
I mean, I guess, again, it's kind of hard to feel bad for a kid that's going to die when you know he's going to die.
Yeah, and like...
This is like, what, a 30-year-old movie? Movie that's pretty much just iconic.
Yeah.
Like, you just need a picture of the Death Star, everyone knows. Star Wars.
Yeah.
Also, you can really see how janky Darth Vader's suit is in this.
Yeah, it's
like when all of his movement is...
But yeah,
his head goes up, down, left, right, no in between.
Like, he does... Actually, no, his body does turn with him.
Yeah.
It's just like... Hmm?
Yeah, because you can see, like, his collar things attached to his mask.
Yeah.
Like,
it's still a great movie. Okay,
it's iconic for a reason.
yeah. The acting is great, the story is great, the effects are phenomenal, other than the CGI. Vader is intimidating to all hell. Like,
Oh, that fucking intro.
yeah, like, the intro scene alone where he's yelling, like, I love hearing James Earl Jones, like, just sitting here, like, after watching Lion King, like, I'm just sitting here listening to his voice.
I mentioned Lion King too, was like, yeah, no, it reminds me, like, a non-depressed James Earl Jones, because the only thing people remember him now is for Darth Vader and Mufasa.
Yeah, even though I think he did a lot more. I know he did an appearance in
Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. But still, what's a great scene to talk about? We already talked about the lightsaber battle.
Oh, the fucking trash compactor scene goes on for way too long.
It goes on. I will not disagree there. It can go on a bit. But
yeah, then that's when we realize like the fucking whole Death Star scene's like an hour long or some bullshit.
almost, if anything, like, the movie itself is 2 hours on the dot, pretty much.
Yeah, it's like, and the whole thing stays on the fucking Death Star.
Yeah, but the thing is, the movie is interesting enough to keep you to keep you watching and to keep you listening, so that's good.
Yeah.
Then you have, like, all this other stuff going on. It's just, in general, the movie is phenomenal. But, like, the trash compactor scene, how do we go over that?
It's fucking boring. Because it's like, oh, it's intense. No, it's not. You know they all get out.
Yeah, and, like, there's no music to it.
Yeah, there's no music on it for some reason. And I think it's like another thing, if you watch Terminator 3, there's a chase scene, The chase scene's great. Problem is, there's no music, so it's just boring to the hell.
Yeah. I
And the
think
chase scene I'm talking about, I don't know if you watched Terminator 3.
I've watched all the Terminators. It's sad to say, but I've done it.
Yeah, like, I own it. I fucking love that movie.
3's not that bad.
Yeah, it's the scene I'm talking about is where I think they're on, I think they're on like the big construction thing.
The crane, yeah.
Yeah, the crane, and the thing, Arnold like drives the crane thing into 3 buildings, and the chick Terminator just goes through them like they're nothing.
Yeah, that was all practical effect as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that was great.
God, I miss practical effects.
So do I, but hey, at least that's like
Bring back my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle puppets.
yeah. Well, think that was Jim Henson who made the first one. So after that, like after he passed away, they couldn't really use it. But anyway, we're not talking about Ninja Turtles. We're talking about also
power.
Turtle power. So yeah, but one thing though I want to bring up is specifically, Han shot first. I don't want to talk about it too much, but
I didn't even notice it.
yeah, like honestly, it's barely noticeable because it goes by so quick. It's just because a lot of people slow it down that you could see like Han's head pop up and just move to the side, then come back.
And even then, like you see it, like his gun went off first.
Yeah, like it happens either way. Like it's just like this weird CG. I think if you ignore that completely, it's not so bad. But it's just like the whole scene is interesting. Like, I love that, like the whole cantina scene. It's great.
Do you think when what's his face, the guy that got shot
Guido.
when Guido was talking? Do you think he sees his subtitles backwards?
It'd be interesting. Although Han is understanding it. It's either Han's reading the subtitles or he knows the language. But thing is, well then again, Han does know Wookiee.
For some reason.
Yeah, they never. Again, we've gone over that in Solo.
Yeah, he just knows every language.
Yeah, and it's like and he understands Jabba too at that point.
Yeah.
And like the whole time Jabba's just there.
Well, it makes sense for him to understand Jabba because he works for him.
Yeah.
And even then, Jabba has a translator bot. You see it in the Clone Wars.
True. You also have it in well, actually never mind. That doesn't count. Yeah.
Return of the Jedi,
but yeah, like, what else can we bring up other than like before jumping into our rating? Because this is like a quick review.
Yeah,
like this is quick because there's like there is stuff to say. It's just that it's been talked about.
I had a great wealth of switch jokes.
I was getting mad at him. Also, okay, actually, yeah, could we talk about one of those that he did? Not because I want to, but because one of them actually is kind of makes sense. When 3PO and R2 are burning the Jawas.
That was payback.
I'm just like...
It's like, suck it.
Like, I just see them burning, and I'm like, okay, that's either his funeral or what he said, payback, bitch.
Payback, because you see, like, the Sandcrawler, it's like, pretty much like what I said, it's Robo-Auschwitz.
Yeah, it's... Oh, God. It's so... his jokes were terrible during the movie, but at the same time... Like, that specific one.
Also, can we also acknowledge the fact that Luke just murdered around, like, 1 million people?
Yeah, and it's just like, yay! It's
yay,
like, okay.
But some of them were, people just doing their jobs.
Yeah, like...
especially like you see, like, Rogue One and shit, like, most of the people hate their jobs.
Yeah, so, like, if those other movies
Also,
exist...
one thing I want to bring up is the Stormtroopers are scary in this.
I will agree there. Like, they can actually shoot, sort of. Although, they kind of explain why they can't hit anything.
Right, they go over it multiple times in, like, extended lore. It's just because the helmets, they can't see out of it.
Yeah, like, and Luke says it out loud, like, I can't see out of this thing.
I thought that was Han.
It's Luke who was complaining. Luke's a very big whiner in this movie.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad to say, but it's true. He was whining a lot in this one.
I miss Ben. You met him 2 days ago.
It's like, oh, and then there's just, like, the other thing, friggin', like, I want to get some power converters, but you know what? Here's the thing. Story arc. Character arc. That is needed in a movie.
And not just that. That's not just that. It's like, compare him to, like, Return of the Jedi Luke, you see the arc.
Yeah, like, especially in the next one, which I'm super excited to watch again, because it's been years since I've watched any of the original trilogy. The TV, like, the channels that I watch can't stop playing the prequels. When I finally bought them, I decided to do a marathon with him, so I couldn't watch them on my own. I could have, but I didn't, because then I would have made a video on my own, and that's less fun. Then again, that would have been less fun. Me.
And how would you ever get by without my sweet, sweet Auschwitz jokes? You Jew.
Moving on now. But yeah, it's... I don't know, like, this movie's just great. Like, I love it.
Yeah, it's an iconic... It's a trilogy starter for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much now any movie could get a trilogy.
Yeah, it's sad to say.
Like, yeah, it's like... The closest thing I can compare to this is probably the Avengers. Like,
yeah.
Like, the MCU in total. Even then, the MCU has its own duds.
Yeah.
Black Panther.
I actually like Black Panther, but anyways.
The story doesn't make sense in Black Panther.
Anyways, but yeah, so for, like, just to cap it off, let's just give our ratings and move on to the next one, might as well.
8.
An 8?
Yeah.
Alright, you know what? I was saying 7 throughout the whole viewing, but honestly, thinking it over, 8.5.
Yeah, like, because the space battles and the gunfights are fun, it's just the fucking sword fights.
Yeah. We didn't talk about... Okay, now I want to talk about the space battle real quick. That was an amazing scene. The scenes where the cinematography in this entire movie is great. White transitions at times can be a little weird. Once you think about
it. There's only one weird one.
It's like these diamonds that are on the screen just go whip. But yeah, anyways, it's just so interesting. Like I love the whole final battle on the Death Star. Also, I love the Han coming back, but never quite saying why he came back. It's great. Like, I love it. I'm sorry, it's weird. Like,
he doesn't need a reason to come back.
Exactly. He's just like, fuck it, it looks fun.
No, yeah. I mean, you don't have to explain why he came back. It's obviously just a change of heart.
Yeah.
And you see it even then when he says like he doesn't believe in the Force, but he still goes, "May the Force be with you."
Yeah, like he's a great character. Like I love Harrison Ford in this role. He was, I think he wanted out of the role more than he wanted the role, but he still did a great job.
I think if that's you, that explains Han's mentality. Like,
yeah.
Like, oh god, it's want to get out of here.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just it's Star Wars. It's great. I'm happy he has the projector because we can just watch stuff just like that on the big screen, surround sound. It's great.
I'll just grab the camera and show.
Yeah.
There's the projector.
Now the question is, did he do it right? And I'm not afraid. But yeah.
Professionalism.
But yeah, it's just so...
I just want to see like how many people are going to comment like, what? How many businesses can this guy take?
Yeah.
ADHD at its best.
I have ADHD too. But yeah, so 8.5 out of 10. He gives it an 8. That was the first Star Wars movie.
Yeah, now we're done jerking it off. Right now we gotta go watch the other one, which I hear was horrible.
On to...
did you hear the thing with Ryan Johnson? So then he kept saying that if Empire Strikes Back came out today, people would hate it.
No.
Yeah, he said it.
Oh god.
Oh, he said it, and you know how many Star Wars fans told him to...
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm among that. So yeah, anyways. On to Empire Strike.
Oh yeah, before you, use anything else. Ryan Johnson can go fuck himself.
Alright. On to Empire Strikes Back.
The fuck is this ad bullshit? Piss off!
It's not letting you close it?
No, I'm pressing the X! I don't think the X is real! Aha! They hid the fucking X under the fucking volume thing! Fucking trying to play solitaire, but no!
Alright.
Fucking ads, this is going in.
Yeah.
It better fucking be in.
Okay. Alright. We just finished Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, you finished. I was playing solitaire the entire time.
Bullshit. Alright, so...
There we go, a solitaire joke in.
Alright. This is the best one. Honestly, like, it's my favorite one of the whole series.
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, you still gave The New Hope a higher review. But the
What
thing
did I
is-
give it again?
An 8.
Revenge of the Sith?
No, you gave that like a 6 or a 7.
It's not that much.
Either way. Yeah, no, Empire Strikes Back is the epitome of greatness.
Why am I better at English than you?
I don't know.
That shouldn't be the thing.
But yeah, no. Honestly, this movie is fantastic from beginning to end. The story is fantastic. Everything goes wrong in this movie. Everything.
No, this is like the perfect fuck you, fuck your dreams, fuck your hopes.
Yeah, no, like, no matter what they do, they all lose in the end. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna just, we're gonna do that? No.
Giant worm in the meteorite.
Yeah.
There's a giant worm in the meteorite, and they do the mistake of trusting a black man.
So close. So close. So close to keeping out all the racist jokes. So close.
And then you look at the bright idea of deciding to fight the giant black man. And obviously, he lost because the giant black man's saber is far further than his.
Stop. No. Bad, Brandon. The worst part is I don't know if I'm going to be able to edit that out. Oh. Fuck. Okay. Anyways, yeah. Before we get to the later fight, you fucker. The acting, cinematography, all of it is spot on. The Wampa looks amazing at the beginning.
Yeah, the Wampa. That's the Yeti.
Oh, and the good Tauntaun.
Tauntaun forever.
It's like he was the chosen one.
No. She sacrificed herself so Luke may live. And then Luke went off and fought Vader and got his hand chopped off like a twat.
Just like that scene where he gets his hand cut off. Like I was literally in the middle of saying he backed himself into a corner. I was only able to go. He backed himself into a ooh,
and then there's me. Haha! He's been disarmed.
That's still a terrible joke.
It's fucking accurate though.
I won't disagree there. But yeah,
Both lost his lightsaber and his fapping hand.
Fuck's sakes. But yeah, no, like the whole
And then you have like Luke throwing himself off the cliff, falls into a tube. When he finally he stops sliding in the tube, looks around, door.
He's like, okay, I can finally catch my breath.
And then he doesn't just fall now. He falls, gets manages to catch a wire, tries to climb back into the hole. Hole closes on his fingers. Then he falls back in, lands on his tailbone, and ends up upside down.
Yeah.
And then you have like Leo under him, going, "Wave your right hand if it's you."
But yeah, no, like the whole time it's like,
Also, Boba Fett, best character.
Boba Fett's great. It's sad that he doesn't do much,
What do
but
you mean he does a lot? He says Darth Vader. He's no good to me. Dead. He also shoots at Luke. He also runs away with Han. And he also agrees to no disintegration. That's a lot.
yeah, but
He did more than the stupid robot, which is dead in the next scene. It's like you see that exact same assassin bot just dead in the fucking incineration room.
But yeah, like the whole Star Wars trilogy so far. Basically my biggest thing on the second one that I loved is the fact that it keeps the action going throughout the runtime. There's no dull moments.
And unlike the first one where you have the fucking garbage chute scene which goes way too fucking long.
Yeah. Also Yoda, played by Frank Oz. Fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Yoda's this, ooh, strange little creature I am. Ooh, Oh, silly gag I do. Ooh, prequel Yoda. Many responsible for many war crime I am. Backflip I do.
Yeah, but like, also I kind of, I always thought of that be like Yoda being the one who gave Luke his lightsaber. Like that's how he got the green one. Granted, it doesn't make much sense in the long run if you think about it, but
yeah, that's another thing because they show in Clone Wars and other things where Jedi make their own lightsabers. People don't give it to them.
yeah.
So
Except
that's
for
what,
Luke with his father's, which was Luke.
oh yeah, that's what.
Anakin's.
That's another thing. It's like fucking Ray. Ray completely spends the entire series with someone else's lightsaber.
Let's not go there yet. But yeah,
Piss off, you half-cocked character. She says something that makes me lose my shit.
Easily. Wait. Save it. Save it. Okay. But yeah. Back to Empire Strikes Back. The effects in this one are a lot better than in A New Hope. Granted, they had a higher budget. This time they actually knew what was going to happen. And this was the first time they went, we're going to have a sequel. Nobody's going to stop us. So they straight up made...
Yeah, there's another thing I do appreciate is they didn't do what they do in the third movie, which is, they just built another Death Star.
Yeah, like, everything's different. Like, it's amazing. And it's like, this is like the biggest FU to the series because the whole time...
Everyone just gets fucked.
Yeah, like, there's no winning in this one. Like, they fight a losing battle from Hoth all the way to Sky City. And it's incredible, though. Like, it's still incredible, because you have that last little bit of hope. And then, shoo, and just, Han's, like, put in the combination, the whole thing.
Carbonation?
I said carbonation, I think.
Yeah, he said combination.
God damn it.
A combination lock! No, he just put in the carbonite.
Yeah, it's still...
And then Luke... yeah. Han gets frozen. Luke loses his fapping hand.
But, yeah, like, the whole thing is just so...
bleak.
Yeah, but it's still an amazing movie. Like, the scenes where Luke is being trained by Yoda are incredible.
Yeah, so like, we could have had a drinking game. How many pythons did he use for Dagobah?
Yeah, there's like a bunch of snakes in the movie, and there's one part where Luke just straight up picks up a live snake, throws it aside, and keeps going. It's like Mark Hamill picked up a snake and threw the friggin' thing. It's like, dude, how did that thing not come back around and...
Because snakes aren't aggressive, they're extremely docile.
Fair enough.
It's like, it's only the venomous ones which are bite happy. Bite happy because because a lot of those snakes are pythons, aka constrictors, and when they constrict something, it's gonna be for food. Because that takes a lot of time out of their day.
Okay.
So it takes a lot of energy to choke something to death. And the snake probably knew that Luke was too big to eat.
Yeah, something I find kind of funny, with the characters, Boba Fett and Vader have the heads that are bigger on this casing. I don't know, I just find that funny. And Yoda's the last biggest one.
Funny is Boba Fett still does more than Phasma.
Yeah, let's not go into the sequel trilogy. No into the sequels. They are terrible movies according to you.
Last Jedi is a piece of shit movie.
I like Force Awakens. Anyways.
Force Awakens was okay, but it's just a rehash.
Well, so's Creed, but Creed's an amazing movie.
I don't know what the fuck is Creed.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're doing the Rocky series now.
Oh, piss off. I'm not watching a fucking sports movie.
Oh, okay. Anyways, moving on. But yeah, no, like, honestly, this movie is incredible. The Millennium Falcon is broken throughout the entire thing, pretty much. So, that's kind of a plus.
It's a metaphor for shoddy American engineering.
Oh, God. But, yeah, no, like, you just see, like, the whole time they're like, alright, let's do the hyperdrive. Then just everyone looks at Han. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I thought it was fixed. It's not my fault. And then later on, the same thing happens with Lando, where he's like, they said they fixed it. They said they lied to me. It's not my fault. like the two are like so determined to say it's not their fault that the Millennium Falcon is still broken, and I find that hilarious. I don't know why, but I find that hilarious. But yeah, no, like the whole movie is just fantastic, and there's barely anything we can say other than like cinematography wise, movie's amazing. Acting wise, this movie's amazing. Action is fantastic.
The sword fighting is still fucking horrible.
I find this one
It's better than the first one because it's not just two old men trying to beat each other with a cane. Cane, but it's like, it's still, oh dear god, like when you compare it to like any other sword fight, right?
Yeah.
Especially like, because again, like sword fighting isn't a new concept in movies. That's not something Star Wars came up with, and that's the thing that just baffles me in this. Because again, like the thing I would have done, and it's just because lightsabers are extremely like they're weightless. I would have looked up that fencing, thing as an as for like an idea, because if you ever held a fencing sword, it's extreme. It's the lightest a sword will ever be, because it's a thrusting weapon. Because that's what a lightsaber should be. Swinging it around is dangerous.
Yeah, because
especially because it's a heated blade. So thrusting is the safest option, and it's because it's lightweight. It's the fastest too.
Yeah, but then you were complaining about Vader in the first in
Yeah,
New Hope, just going yeet, yeet.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Fucking fencing is this. It's parrying and thrusting. There's a lot of movement in fencing. Vader, he's standing still and going, with two hands. That's another thing. It's two hands, so it looks retarded. Or fencing in one hand, when you see fencers, they have one hand behind their back and they're going.
And barely any of that was in frame. All right.
It's a lot like this. It's like the best way I can describe it is Harry Potter. Harry Potter when they're doing the wand battles. It's a lot of that.
Yeah, but Harry Potter with the wand battles, it's literally just.
Yeah, but you know when like they're doing crazy spells and shit.
Yeah.
Shooting. I think when they're doing the battle with it, and I think it's the Chamber of Secrets, and they're like one guy shoots out a snake. And they're on tables and they're shooting magic at each other.
Oh right. I remember that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like I love how we're like bringing up a bunch of big franchises.
Yeah.
Other than but the whole thing with Star Wars is specifically Empire Strikes Back. This movie is essentially flawless. Like there is flaws in the movie. Like some of the effects can be dated, and I think there's a few acting spots that are a little mellow.
The effects only date a movie, are only bad when they ruin the feel of the movie.
Yeah.
Obviously the first one, the special edition, the CGI effects take you out of the movie. A bad effect can be in a movie. It's The Thing is a good example. All the effects are amazing, but there's one effect that's bad. And it's when the Thing's head whips apart, grabs a guy by the head, and just starts shaking him around.
Yeah.
Now, it's obviously a rag doll, but at the same time, it's still a bad effect, but it doesn't take away the horror of a scene of a guy's head whipping it open and just biting another dude in the face.
Yeah, this movie, for the most part, I couldn't find anything that was special edition about this one. That's probably because I haven't watched the original cut, unlike with A New Hope, where I had watched the original cut. Because I had it on VHS. I think it's allowed to VHS. I'll have to show that in a video sometime. But yeah, no, put down your fucking Sudoku.
I'm not playing Sudoku, I'm playing Spider Solitaire, motherfucker.
Whatever. Anyway. But yeah, no, with, Empire Strikes Back, the action is spectacular, like I said. But when it comes to the effects, I think the only thing that was the Wampa, where you actually see it instead of a few other details. I'm not sure. I could be very wrong about that. There's a few spots with CGI. I could assume that was more.
Oh, I think it's in the. I think it's when they're in the at walkers, the AT-AT walkers. Darth Vader shows up and it's fucking in a hologram, and it's fucking horrible.
I don't know. I know the Cloud City shots could potentially be because of the special edition, but surprisingly, it melded well in this case, like, they did a better job with Special Edition on Empire Strikes Back over what they did with A New Hope, where they, like, changed a few things that kind of
Didn't
take
need
you
to
out of
be
it.
changed.
Yeah, like, they took you out of it.
Like, the fucking Jabba scene wasn't needed.
Yeah. Like, otherwise, though, the movie is fantastic. I guess we can give our ratings, since there's not much else to say.
Oh,
But-
give it a 7. An 8, I mean.
8. Fuck that, I'm giving it a 10. I love this movie. Nothing is changing that. I'm giving this movie a 10. Deal with it.
Actually, it's on par with the rest.
I'm giving it a 10. That's it, that's all.
Again, it's like, you're not talking to the biggest Star Wars fan either.
I know.
Like, I think there's a movie that came out before Star Wars, and I could be wrong. Well, I gotta check the dates, but it's a movie called Dragonheart.
Dragonheart came out after.
Oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna say, yeah, like, cause that movie had some kick-ass swordplay. Because that's my big problem with these ones, is the Jedi are a big thing in this universe. There was like, oh, they're these master swordsmen, but the swordplay is so god-awful.
I still find it does a good job, especially in Return of the Jedi. In Empire Strikes Back.
Empire
but yeah.
Strikes Back, it's not as bad as the first one again. The thing is, I just look at this like, that's not, because there's this one thing you do a lot, and it's crossing the blade, which is it's the stupidest move, and it's not really Star Wars' fault. It's just Hollywood, and they like doing that trope where like the guys cross the swords and they're like kissing distance. And that's the thing, because it's far more dramatic than just. But that's the thing.
That's true. It's that I gave Empire Strikes Back a 10. I gave Return of the King a 10. I gotta figure out what movies I gave 10s. I think I gave Whiplash a 10. Either way.
Which one's Whiplash?
Drama. It's a great movie though. It has J.K. Simmons. Anyways,
I don't watch drama, so.
fair enough. But yeah, no, like the whole swordplay, it's stupid.
That's one thing that's another thing. It's nothing to do with Star Wars, but I kind of noticed. There's next to no fantasy movies anymore. Like, there's no like sword and sorcery movies anymore.
Yeah, unless if there is, they're usually the low budget kind.
Yeah, the logic bowl asylum bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, it's all like, I'm just missing like this just knights and dragons and shit.
Yeah.
Because like the only ones I can think of that came out is like How to Train Your Dragon, and that's it.
Well, there was Season of the Witch. There was a few others.
I know The Witcher came out on Netflix, but that's not really a movie.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's our review of Empire Strikes Back.
Oh,
And
we should totally watch Dragonheart.
We should if we can find it.
Oh, I have it.
Oh, you have? Oh, then we'll get.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
All right.
Of course, I own it.
All right.
Like I have the cassette, and I got like the sequel.
All right. Anyways, on to our review of Return of the Jedi. All right, and we are finally finished the original trilogy.
Phantom
And-
Menace was better.
Gonna be honest, when we finished the prequels, I was burnt to a crisp. I was done. I had it. When we finished the Star Wars story movies, I had it as well. As much as I liked Rogue One, I have had it with that series. Watching these, I'm actually happy I watched them all. They are great movies, although I will say Return of the Jedi is not that great. Not the best. Tonally, it is very screwed up.
And also, can I also say this? Return of the Jedi is still a good movie.
It is, yes.
The tone may be fucky here and there, but it is not Last Jedi fucked up tone.
I can't wait till we watch those ones. But yeah, no, like, I'm gonna be honest, the whole thing with Return of the Jedi is the beginning scene could have been taken out and replaced with something else, something different and something shorter.
You could have
Begin
started with the Endor segment, and the whole thing would have made sense.
Yeah, but the thing
No.
is, we still need to see them say Han,
Yeah.
which makes sense to me. It's just shorten the scene a bit.
Yeah.
Um,
No, you could have edited out the Sarlacc pit scene.
a bit, yeah, like, or edited it down a bit.
No, edit it out completely. There's nothing we need to know.
Other than the death of Boba Fett.
No.
Yeah, like, honestly, the Boba Fett kind of had no purpose to exist other than to look really, really cool. Um, but honestly, it's just sort of, I don't know.
It's okay. It's not bad. It's not. I mean, if you want to talk, that's the thing. It's rare to see a series, movie series, go to it's good to great and back to good. You rarely see that.
Yeah,
And as an example, sequel trilogy, good, god awful, even fucking worse.
He's judging a movie he has not seen. Although I can't argue too much. I have been arguing about Cats for a while now. But let's not go there. But either way, it's one thing I really like to think about is the whole like what are your thoughts on the whole like just the whole Java scene, or just Java scene like in general, like just the whole Java stuff. Like let's talk about that, and then we'll go into the actual meat
Other than
of
the fact
movie.
it was overly long, it's still very Star Wars to me.
Yeah.
The things like I watched I feel like the last three movies too. They don't feel Star Wars. They say, "Oh, we're Star Wars," but they don't have that feeling of it. They don't feel like this grand universe you can explore. And I think that's a big problem is because they keep rehashing old ideals. Rey, desert planet. Only difference from Tatooine, it has one sun.
Fair enough. Although we should still try to focus on Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I know. I'm just mentioning it's like. And then you have the fucking bullshit like. Then you have Last Jedi, fucking Hoth.
Yeah.
Hoth, but with salt.
But yeah, the thing is, like I was trying to talk about the Sarlacc scene. Like I understand his point. That's the thing is, I understand what he's talking about because yeah, no, like they really did do a lot of rinse and repeating in the prequel trilogy,
And they don't feel like Star Wars.
Yeah,
they just feel like really bad fan fiction.
Yeah,
Like
and
the level of writing is really bad fan fiction. Even the prequels still caught the Star Wars feel.
yeah, it's just they were long and boring at sometimes.
Yeah, they were long and boring and.
Return of the Jedi, thankfully, doesn't suffer being boring. It's just...
It's action scene after action scene
Yeah.
after action scene. It's like, I think the most boring part of it, really, is the parts where they show, like, the prison.
Yeah, like, again, like, the opening sequence. As fun as it is, like, it is a fun little sequence. And you get to see the Sarlacc, which is an amazing puppet. And like honestly, like that thing looks amazing to me. And it still holds up to this day to that effect.
And you
But-
mean Rancor.
I said Sarlacc, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay, I meant the Rancor, yeah.
Yeah, the Rancor was a pretty cool effect. The Sarlacc was also a cool effect, but in the special edition, they covered it with CGI.
They added this little mouth thing that
No, I think the
wasn't-
mouth thing was always there. They just put CGI over it and it looks fucking...
Yeah, like it looks like a Venus flytrap mated with
An
Audrey
egg.
2. Or an egg.
Yeah, it looks like an egg. It's an egg with a tongue.
Yeah, like
It's a Pope egg that opens like this, and it has a tongue in the middle.
Yeah, like honestly, that's the kind of thing. Like the special editions really
Like putting CGI where the oh, like yeah, the longest part is the fucking singing part.
Yeah, that went on for like a good 2 minutes. Almost, like pretty
And you
much.
felt that 2 minutes, and you're like, can the fucking green chick just get eaten by the Rancor already?
Yeah, like there's like I don't know what it is with this one. Like okay, A New Hope added a bunch of shit that didn't belong there. Return of the Jedi added a bunch of shit that didn't belong there. Empire Strikes Back just looked like it didn't have that problem, which is why I gave it a 10. And it's just so great, that one. I love Empire Strikes Back. But Return of the Jedi, as a kid, I loved it. But, like, now, as, like, being 19 and watching it, and being more inversed with filmmaking and stuff, it's fine. It's good. It is. It's just, it's not on the level of the first two. You know?
Yeah, it's not. It's the least polished of the three.
Yeah.
But again, it's like, oh, least polished. I'm of course gonna say, oh, it's not fucking Last Jedi again, but it's like again, it's like, how do you go from like? That's the thing. They should have ended it after the fucking prequels. I think that's my biggest gripe with the sequel trilogy, but
Yeah, like that's kind of like everybody's gripe with it. But the thing is, one thing, I will go over a few more goods with Return of the Jedi. The acting again is really good. The effects are range from good to bad, like bad. It depends really, but for the most part, good. Especially the friggin' Rancor.
But the speeder and the forest scenes.
Yeah.
That's like obvious blue screen or green screen.
Blue screen at that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a little too obvious. It was kind of sad to say, but that is the case.
Also, fuck off. Can the Ewoks please just fuck off?
Okay, I'm gonna defend the Ewoks.
Piss off. You watch the cartoon.
It's not wrong, but the thing is,
I don't like how they can take on an advanced army and still win. It's like, again, it's like there are a lot of stories in history of technologically inferior people kicking the shit out of technology advanced people. That's because they used guerrilla tactics and actually were clever in fighting them. The Ewoks just literally threw rocks at a giant walker and somehow it blew up.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but first you gotta know how to use them, and the Ewoks do. I don't know why I thought of that, but
it's like, yeah, it's like, it's either the stormtroopers are really, really, and again, it's like, I think that's where like a lot of people just straight up the stormtroopers became a fucking joke.
Like, well, they got bludgeoned to death in this movie by the Ewoks. Like, just like we saw a bunch of Ewoks just jump on one guy, and they were all like, bang, bang, bang. And you could see, like, he pointed this out, you could see the armor cracking, and it's like, ooh. It's like, these guys got bludgeoned to death by teddy bears.
Yeah, but again, it's like, I think it's the fact that the Empire lost to a bunch of teddy bears, and it's like, what? Like, how the fuck, did this army that managed to take over most of the universe lose to a bunch of fucking teddy bears? Because again, like, in the first and second movie, they were still a threat. Granted, they couldn't hit the main characters for shit, but again, it's like, that's just how plot armor works.
Yeah. And
it's like, you see, like, them wipe out entire platoons just by losing one guy, and they're tactically good soldiers. Like, you see them, like, in the first opening, they lose one, two, three soldiers at most in that opening, and you just massacre every rebel.
yeah.
They easily pinned Luke, Leia, and Han on the Death Star. They lost, like, what, 3 guys again? And then you have the Empire Strikes Back. They barely lose a guy on the Battle of Hoth. They lose, like, what, 2 AT-ATs?
Yeah. Like, that's...
And they wiped out an entire fucking army.
And then we finally got...
Teddy bears.
Yeah.
Their one weakness, apparently.
I don't know. It's... Like, I find it is stupid, but it's still entertaining. Like, it's just long. I don't mind the Ewoks that much. Like, they're not... Like, they are kind of... They're just painfully cute. Like...
No, they're not even cute. They got, like, human teeth.
Yeah. I think the only one I like is Wicket, played by Warwick Davis. Notice how I actually I mentioned a bunch of actors, but, like, in the end, I always, like, forget to mention a lot. Like, Lando, I'm gonna be honest, I forgot who played him. I'm very sorry about that. But he still did a good job. Like, Lando is a great character. I love him. And then we got, like, I already mentioned Mark Hamill and such are in the New Hope portion. But yeah, no, like, honestly, they're just, like, every actor does a good job. Like, I find Wicket played by Warwick Davis, who also did Leprechaun and such. He was basically the Peter Dinklage of the 80s and 90s. That's what I always say. But yeah, no, like, otherwise, he's a good actor. He's a really good actor.
You just compared him to Peter Dinklage because he's a midget.
That's not the point, but kinda. So that was not the point, though. That was far from the point. It's just that nowadays, if we need a midget or a dwarf, we have Peter Dinklage.
The proper term is little person.
When we need one of them, they go to Peter Dinklage. But back in the day, they'd go to Warwick Davis, who is an amazing actor. He's great. He was in Harry Potter. He was in like the Star Wars.
Who the fuck was he playing in Harry Potter?
He played
the owl.
No, he played one of the teachers in the first movie, like the one with the beard there with the Wingardium Leviosa.
That was him.
Yeah, they put a lot of makeup on him in every movie he's in.
I thought that was Snape. That it's not Leviosa, it's Leviosa, whatever the fuck.
Leviosa.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, it's just I don't know. Like, he's a great actor. As is Peter Dinklage.
He's a great actor. I just wanted to say, see how you react to me going, you're only comparing them because they're midget.
Still, just but yeah, it's mostly anyway. Moving on from that, another great thing. Ian McDiarmid, I think it was, plays the Emperor. Favorite character, like favorite villain. He's very intimidating. He looks like he's having a blast.
He's no, like the proper term is he's chewing the fuck out of the scenery.
Yeah, he does amazing.
I'm the evil emperor that took over the entire thing, and I shoot lightning from my hands, and I got a Death Star. Yeah, I am not taking this seriously.
Another thing, I like the whole part where he's trying to get Luke to come towards the dark side, but the whole time Luke's just sort of there, like, nope, not listening. Nope, not listening. Not
listening.
Grabs the thing. Also, okay, can we talk about that though? This is probably the best fight between Luke and Vader.
It's actually just the best fight in the whole trilogy.
Yeah,
it's actually choreographed.
I still love the one in Empire Strikes Back, but I will say that this one here was a bit better choreographed. But the thing is, what I liked about Empire Strikes Back really is it didn't look choreographed. It really looked like two people just trying to hit each other as much as possible. They're like, nope.
Now I start being choreographed. I just saw like two guys waving a stick at each other there and not knowing what the fuck to do.
That's kind of what I like to see in a movie. Granted, though, it could end very badly. I know that for a fact.
What?
Long story. Anyways, it's the but like still, it's a really good fight in this movie. It's really intense, and there's a great scene where Luke has dark and light on one side, and you can see his own little struggle. And then when he finally snaps and goes after Vader, you see him just shrouded in darkness the whole time, and it's like, nope, nope, nope. And then at the very end, he finally just comes back to his senses, and he's like, nope, not gonna kill him. Not gonna kill him. And he leaves, and he says, like, the line of, like, I'm a Jedi, like my father before me. Which
is a great fucking mentor right there, eh? You know, the dude who killed a fuck ton of younglings?
Yeah.
What a role model!
Another great thing, though, Han and Luke's
chemistry.
I love the way they interact with each other.
Yeah, it's weird, because I think it's only in the first movie where they get a lot of screen time together.
Yeah.
And the other ones, they never talk to each other.
Yeah, it's more in this one where they start talking to each other a lot more.
You mean the first one?
Sorry, in the first one they talk more. In the third one, they talk a bit more. In Empire Strikes Back, they're split up pretty much throughout the entire movie, but they still have some really nice interactions with each other. Like, for example, one I forgot to mention is a scene where they just stare at each other and they nod and then they leave, and it's like, huh. That's great, because their history explains it all. And again, here, just their interactions are great. Han's jealousy over Luke and Leia, I found a bit more comedic, and a little bit annoying, because Luke and Leia know they're brother and sister by this point, which...
We kept making this joke. I kept making the joke, like, when he found out, I was like, wait, back on Hoth. Oh God! And then when she finds out, wait, back on Hoth. Oh God! And with him, when she tells Han has the literal, oh my God face. face, like his eyes go open, his jaw gets slapped. I think it was supposed to be like, what? Like supposed to be like a face of joy. Joy, like he's surprised and then he gets happy, but his face is just.
He starts off like he's like about to laugh. He starts off horrified, then he starts laughing about it. It's like, you made out with your brother.
You hated me so much that you made out with your brother. You
Yeah.
stupid Alabama bitch.
Also, the love you, I know. Great. Just great chemistry.
Oh yeah, I love that part where he's like, then like the stormtroopers are holding them up. Han looks at her like, what the fuck do we do now? Leia like shows the gun. Han just goes, I love you.
And then right away, I know. It's so great. And like I like the one in the first one because like in Empire Strikes Back because it's very emotional. But in this one, I just find it so comedic and amazing. And the chemistry between Leia and Han is just
Oh yeah.
great.
Let's not forget the fact that he cups a field.
Yeah. One of my favorite moments is when Luke finds out that him and Leia are brother and sister, and he hugs her, and then he just like pulls away. He's like, and then Leia's like, "What's wrong?" I'll talk to you about it later. Like, I'll tell you later. But yeah, no, like, it's just great. But like, there's as much great stuff as there is. The movie's still very tonally conflicted. Like, it doesn't seem to know if it wants to be a fun action movie or a very dramatic climax.
Like, no, what it can't decide is it doesn't want to be the first movie, or it doesn't want to be the second movie. And it becomes a mix of both.
Yeah.
I feel like it's sometimes it's well balanced, sometimes it's not.
Yeah, it really depends on which one. For the most part, though, it is well balanced. In the end, though, it's just like it is what it is. I find it as a bit anticlimactic. Gonna be honest, like just a little bit, like the smallest bit anticlimactic. Like it's still very climactic. It's amazing. It's a great finale to the whole thing. It's just that because of the Ewoks, it feels and all the sticks and stones.
The Ewoks make it feel very anticlimactic.
Yeah, like I feel like
give the Ewoks some fucking guns.
Yeah.
They have a small squad with them. Why come they couldn't just have like the squad throw them some guns and grenades?
Yeah, it's like there's 3 climactic battles going on at the same time, like the space battle, the battle on Endor, and finally the battle between Vader and Luke. And those are all great action scenes, even though we got sticks and stones in one. But it's still great. It's just, I feel like there's a bit something missing. And a part of me is really hoping that Rise of Skywalker fixes it. Don't say a word. From what I've heard, though, it doesn't quite give a finale to it. But I'll know when I watch it. I'll give my opinion on it when I see it. But yeah, for the most part, though, to focus on, don't you dare.
I'm just gonna say this: when you see this ending, you are gonna hate Rey as a character.
Moving on. I don't want. I'm trying to go in blind, Betty.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like the ending to Rise of Skywalker. I'm not spoiling anything. Smacks you in the mouth. And just the fact that the Emperor, because I think it's no surprise here that the Emperor survived somehow, because they show it in the trailer.
Yeah, well, they show it. You hear him talking throughout. Other than that, you don't see him. There's a trailer actually that showed him, that played on TV. It showed him for a split second, and I was pissed.
Because again, I was like, and everyone's like, oh, he's gonna be a Force ghost, like a Sith ghost or some shit. Kind of makes sense why he could be a Sith ghost. He's a crazy power Sith Lord. I didn't mind that, but when I heard he was alive,
it's like, how? It went boom.
You know, he went boom twice.
Like he went boom, and then the spaceship went boom, and he was in the spaceship that went boom.
Yeah, and not just that, and also because he survived, it shits on Anakin's arc, because Anakin's arc was the fallen chosen one who redeems himself by finally
accomplishing.
That word, his prophecy.
Yeah, and okay, can we talk about that real quick?
Yeah.
Like, to get away from Rise of Skywalker before we go into a big rant about it, just to cap this all off, the whole thing of the beginning, he's like, you're supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them, But
and eventually he ends up destroying them.
Exactly.
It's perfect.
It's
And because they made a sequel where the Emperor comes back, it shits all over it. I didn't mind the new Sith Lord guy.
yeah, but then
Kylo cut him in half.
yeah. Anyways, we're not there yet. We're gonna get there very soon. We're watching them tomorrow, and we're gonna be reviewing them tomorrow. I've got to do a lot of editing. I'm gonna drive myself insane, but oh well.
Especially with me. Oh, especially on the fucking sequel trilogy.
We'll have to be careful.
I'm going to murder someone.
Take it easy.
Because
Anyway.
again, if they ever make a sequel to the main story, I hope it's like years down the line, and it's a sequel that deletes movies out of the continuity.
And it deletes.
Yeah, it should fucking delete the other three. Because those other three are like fucking the Thorn trilogy in Halloween.
Oh God. Okay, no, okay. I like the Thorn trilogy. Not the last one, but I like 4. That's it. I like 4. 4 was actually good.
Halloween, like
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering like, you think I'm talking about Thor?
No, Thorn. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because
like-
again, like people say like the Thorn trilogy and Halloween's like the worst thing that came out of Halloween. It's like, yeah, imagine this for Star Wars. It's so bad, it just fucks everything over.
Oh, I got it. The first one's good. The second one's mediocre, and then the last one is just gone. I like that idea now. I'm calling this the Thor trilogy of Star Wars. Boom. Okay. Anyway, moving on. But to cap off Return of the Jedi. It's good. It's average. It's fine. Like it's good.
It's good. It's iconic.
It's
Back
classic.
to good.
Yeah.
They're all classics.
Yeah.
They're
like, I love
classics
them.
for a reason.
Like, these are amazing movies. I'm happy I got to see them all these years later. Because
I'm actually just satisfied I actually got fighting match to watch them.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Because I just like, again, like I grew up with Revenge of the Sith, and it is my favorite Star Wars movie.
Which is fair, because nostalgia.
Yes,
Like,
nostalgia is the main one, but again, it's like it still speaks for levels of George Lucas that he made. Like the prequels were infamous for being fucking boring, but like the third one still was able to keep my attention throughout the whole thing. It's a 2-hour movie. No movie ever since then could keep my attention. Like I couldn't watch Titanic for the life of me.
Yeah. And honestly, these movies are long as well, but they was able to keep both of us enthralled in the story for the most part.
Like, again, there was sometimes I was like, can we please wrap this up? But that's mostly because I got a fucking migraine.
Yeah.
Green, black, and then you have, like, blackout lights, bright screen.
Yeah. So yeah, like, let's just cap this off then. In the end, what's your final rating of this movie?
Yeah, this one's a 7.
Alright, and of the original trilogy in general?
The whole trilogy, you gotta give this thing, I'm giving it a 9.
Alright. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10 for Return of the Jedi, and as for the whole series in general, 9.5. Final point. But yeah, anyways, that's the end of the original trilogy.
Now it's onto the really, actually the part I'm actually excited for, because now I get to swear like a motherfucking sailor.
I'm gonna have to learn how to bleep. I'm gonna learn the bleep command on, like...
Because especially now, like, when we finally watch Rise of Skywalker, I'm going to get to enjoy tearing every single one of these movies apart.
Fair enough.
The only one I'm going to say is good was the first one, and the reason that the first one's a good one because it's ripping off a good movie.
Yeah.
But they have half the character, and the only good character in that movie is Finn and Han.
And then Han. Yeah.
Guys, and and the other movies just shit all over Finn for some reason.
Yeah. Anyways. So yeah. I love these movies. They're great. I'm glad I got to do this. We're moving on to the sequel trilogy. So stay tuned for that. Have a good night, everybody.